Okay, so we're starting the interview with Andy Bell, the amazing voice of Erasure and one of the most influential icons of synth-pop that's returning to Chile after a couple of years to perform for the first time in Gran Arena Monticello this Saturday, January 17th, right? First of all, Andy, are you looking forward to playing in Chile?
I think very much so. Yes, we've been there. I've been there on my own with my husband. We've been there on holiday. We went to Antofagasta. We went to ESA to look at the big telescopes there. So we had a very lovely time. And yeah, I just love going there. I mean, it is off the beaten track, but I think it's worth to go there.
Right, yeah.
I love that it's the spine of the South America, and it goes right down to the very tip.
It's just like a long chili. Like a chile is a chili, you know? Like that's what we say.
Yeah. It's like the back, you know.
Yeah, exactly, like a spine.
One of my favorite films is one of my favorite films is Alien. So
for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're looking forward to come to Chile. This tour through Latin America is because you released an album, a solo album after 15 years, right? 15 years, am I right? Wow, that's a long time.
Yes,
10 rounds.
Yeah, you're right. We have had Erasure albums in between, but it wasn't really conceived as a solo album because or any of the solo albums, because it was only a time when I was working with other people, so it's right. Kind of on Electric Blue was with Chris Smith and oh my God, his father's name, Chris and I can't remember that his name. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Don't worry.
They're from Manhattan Clique, and then I wrote with Pascal Gabriel for Non-Stop. And then iPop was the other people. So this started as a project 12 years ago.
Wow. 10 crowns?
Yeah, with Dave Audé. Yeah, it's Dave Audé. He's mostly a remixer, producer. So he had more than 100 number ones on the US Billboard chart. So we decided to start writing together. So we had like 2 number ones way back, like 10 years or more ago. So we just carried on writing, and our first song that we ever wrote together was Don't You Know, which is on the album, which was the first single. Yes. And it just worked out so perfectly because, he introduced me as well to other people, even before they were famous, and he's always been writing with people. So we just carried on writing, and all of a sudden, I was thinking with Mute, let's release an Andy Bell kind of hits type thing, and then or all the people that I've worked with duets and stuff like that. Then I realized we actually have this whole big group of new songs,
right?
So we just finished them off, and that was it. Really,
we gotta do something with them, right? Like an album, yeah. For me, I loved it. I personally loved it. I felt like it was like kind of the comeback of Brit synth-pop. I really liked it. So what do you think? Are you happy with how it is? How the final product?
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Because again, we didn't have the Erasure machine. I mean, we had.
Right.
We had our own label. We had to find our own label. So all kinds of things have been happening behind the scenes, which I can't tell you. But it's been changed. My life's been turned upside down. And we're doing this music. It's all because of this music.
Upside down in a good way, I hope, though.
In a good way, in a really, really good way. It's made me kind of almost challenge the music industry.
Right.
And we're not. Okay, Erasure. We've always been on an independent label, but it doesn't mean that it's good, And also we have, when you're against these huge conglomerate record companies, you have to pay for airspace. You know this,
Yes.
It's a huge industry. So even to be a teeny guy that comes along and put out on your own label, and for it to have any traction whatsoever, or for people to get to hear it, or to see on YouTube is an amazing feat on its own.
Right. And that's what I wanted to say, because the industry has gotten so big. And I wanted to ask you, do you feel that if there's somebody new artist or anything that kind of feel like Erasure or Andy Bell, like, do you feel there's somebody that does that kind of pop?
It's funny, I always hear things within music. It's like, to be honest, I don't know artists. I don't know who's who, but I'll hear things. So I hear things even within Taylor Swift, even with Charli XCX or with Chappell Roan, or even the new, when Kylie does new things, I'll always hear Erasure things inside that, as if the producer has said, oh, make it sound like Erasure, or they've heard of us and they say, oh, try this. And so sometimes I feel like we're hugely influential, but never in a lauded fashion, like kind of we've always seemed to remain underground for the whole time, under the radar, which these days seems spectacular and unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like you've inspired a lot of people. Listening to 10 Crowns, I actually got like the feeling of listening to a little bit of Sam Smith or Troye Sivan, kind of like new artists. Like I was like, they were inspired by Andy Bell or Erasure. They didn't say it, but I know they are, because listening to 10 Crowns, that kind of made me feel like they are one of my favorite artists, and I felt like listening to you.
Thank you so much, man. It's always so nice because, as well, I don't feel like now, earlier on, you feel like you have to be championed by other people, but now I don't feel like I need to be championed by people, because we've been around so long.
Andy, I have 3 minutes, and I want to ask you. We're getting to the end of this conversation, unfortunately, but I want to ask you, what can we expect for this show on Saturday? What are we gonna see?
Well, we have an amazing show. My voice is the best it's ever been. We've got a guitarist, drummer, Dave's doing the keyboards. We've got a fantastic lighting guy who's travelled with us, so it's top quality. We have 8 songs from 10 Crowns. All the rest is Erasure, one of my favourite cover versions, and it's all packed into an hour and a half.
Amazing. So a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Amazing. Can you please invite people here in Chile to watch your show?
Me gusta mucho. Tenemos un nuevo y 2 días. Una es en Santiago de Chile en el 17, yo creo.
Yes, very good.
Sábado. Y la otra locación, ¿cómo se llama? Again, this place. The other place.
One. De Gran Arena Monticello? Monticello, that's what you want to say?
Monticello, sí. Vendredi, is that right? Viernes estamos en Monticello, en Chile.
Viernes, you're going to Teatro Caupolicán, and Saturday you're going to Monticello.
Okay, so it's the other way around. Sábado estamos en Monticello. Yo soy Andy Bell de Erasure y me gusta invitar ustedes en este concierto.
Amazing. And also I wanted to ask you, because this is Radio Concierto, and in our radio we play a lot of Erasure. So I wanted to ask you to say, hi, I'm Andy Bell from Erasure, and you're listening to Radio Concierto.
Okay. Hello, this is Andy Bell from Erasure. You're listening to Radio Concierto.
Amazing. And just to close this interview, if you could say anything to the new LGBTQ plus artists, because I feel like there's a lot of people. So the world is changing, right? What would you say to them? That's all too close.
Okay. Yo soy muy feliz porque la gente está en nacimiento y tenemos un muy claro aspecto que yo no he tenido cuando yo estaba niña, y yo creo que el futuro es muy mágica y ustedes están parte de esto.
Loved it. Amazing. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you. Amazing Spanish.